is the board. Now for the processor, the Ryzen. The RAM kit. So now we have opened my old rig, which is really dusty, as you can see. So the first things first, let's just get some space, you know. Is this gonna come out? Okay. Just took a lot of effort. Let's just turn this until the screw comes out. There we go. It's out. So this was my old graphics card. This isn't a screwdriver. Controversial step incoming. You really gotta push it. Okay, just gently. Down. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. It was at this point that the phone's battery was starting to die, so that is unfortunately all of the footage I have in my new build. But I can still tell you about what happened from here. So, after installing the cooler and plugging in everything else to the motherboard, I went ahead and finished the build by installing my new graphics card. The RDX 4070, complete with its own support stand. I then closed up the PC, brought it to my room, hope for the best before hitting the power button and whatnot, and to my surprise, it turned on first try. Of course, not without a slight hurdle, but once that was out of the way, everything booted up and worked almost too perfectly for my tastes. The only real issue I even had after setting everything back up was that I had to reactivate Windows, but a friend on Discord helped me troubleshoot and I was good in no time, so that's nice. So with the fun part of this video out of the way, how does my new rig actually perform? Well, if I could describe it short and sweet, it's perfect for both my wants and needs. Starting off my comparisons with the ever so exciting boot times. Even with XMP enabled in BIOS, the PC takes around 5 to 10 seconds to start up, which is a massive improvement from my previous build already, which I believe took upwards up to a minute. Now, when it comes to gaming, the difference was actually immediately noticeable, you see. For context, I've actually been running a 360 hertz monitor as my main display for at least a year now. So, needless to say, I was absolutely losing it over how big the bump in performance is compared to my previous build. Trust me when I say the jump from 120 to 360 FPS is that huge. Like just example, I was playing Black Myth Wukong, which I got with my graphics card actually. I didn't have to change any settings in the graphics. Everything was on very high, DLSS enabled, frame generation, whatnot. Straight 360 FPS, 1080p. It was amazing. Productivity wise, I feel ever so slightly more efficient. I'm actually recording this voiceover after having edited all of the clips together already, so I can say now that putting everything together felt faster and less tedious than before. Even though my new CPU actually has a reputation for not really pulling through work-related tasks, I think having 32 gigs of RAM in the 4070 definitely helps, since Vegas relies on those specifically. Granted, my editing is on the lighter side by my own standard. But to test out my recording potential, I went ahead, booted up Sekiro, my favorite game, and taped 2 different boss fights in OBS and NVIDIA Shadowplay, respectively, which is the background footage you're watching now, actually. I think the highs and lows of both programs are on display here, so I'll just let you guys say which one you prefer in the comments below. But as for anything else of potential interest, visually, my build does not stick out or anything in particular. I'll let this picture I took of it on my desk speak for itself. Temperatures seem fine. Even at max power, my 4070 was sitting at around 70 degrees Celsius at most, and my CPU just straight up stays under 60 degrees no matter what, so that's pretty nice. I was a little concerned over using an air cooler after all. But other than that, yeah, I did it. I built myself a new PC and it did not blow up. Special thanks to my mother who helped me shoot the footage of the building process. I'm quite excited to use this new build to make more videos for you guys as viewing pleasure, so with that, I will see you all later in my next video, which will be another Lethal Company clips compilation, by the way. Cheers! Sekiroよって言われぬか。